Hello YouTubers, welcome to another unboxing. Today we have a pretty big piece. The Apocalypse Premium Format Figure Sideshow Exclusive Edition. The box is pretty big. I'm not the tallest guy, I'm about 5'8", and the box is about waist high to me. Moving along, let's get right into it with the X-Acto knife. These big boxes are a love-hate relationship. I think I speak for a lot of collectors when I say this because these big boxes, they're big. It means you have a big piece coming in. It means there's going to be a lot of details. You're getting pound for pound, your bang for your buck, or you spend a lot of money. But the downside, the hate, is that you have this big, huge box to contend with. And a lot of collectors like myself, we can't get rid of these boxes. They sit in a room with the other boxes just piling up, taking more and more space. Take up more space than the actual piece display section itself. So here we have to flip it over just to take this the cardboard shipper box off. There's a little bit of there's no vacuum for it to breathe, so I gotta wiggle this thing out a little bit. It looks like you will be inspecting number 601 of 750 with me. Let's continue on our journey. The front side of the box with those two triangles mimics what comes down on his forehead, those two triangles. Blue line, grays, two-tone grays, just like his native outfit. The back side of the box, now I've been trying to find out who did this box art, that mural there, but I have been having no luck on Google so far, but I will get that to you as soon as I can. Left side of the box here, right side of the box. As we immediately pull back the top lid, we have the Sideshow quality of assurance sticker. On the forums, some people have been saying that they didn't have a quality of assurance sticker at all, and especially considering that this piece so far has been giving some grief to a lot of people in the community, as far as chips and bad paint and cracks and whatnot. That is very worrisome. It makes you wonder where Sideshow is going. The quality control for a lot of people's opinion is kind of going downhill. Has been going downhill, trending downhill for some time now. So you can imagine other people, as well as myself, being a little stressed out because this is a low production run. That if you do have issues with your statues, will you be able to get a replaceable? Will there be any replaceables that are better than the ones that you got actually? So in this exclusive edition, we have packed in the head, the body, the arm, the cannon, the chainsaw, the base, which is 6 pieces there, plus the 4 hoses, makes it a total of 10 individual pieces in this package. So I'm gonna start laying it out here for everyone to see. This is literally me pulling everything out for the first time, and I apologize for the weird kind of angle right there. I want you to see more of everything just coming out as I lay it out on the table. Here we have the base, very heavy. I haven't weighed it, but I'd like to say that it's about 10 pounds. And it is numbered on the bottom with the same design as the front of the box that we saw earlier. 6 pieces of rubber grips on the bottom on strategic places to keep it firmly placed. Next, we have the head sculpt, which is very well done as far as the actual sculpt goes. Matches very well the original comic book Apocalypse. The color can be a little off. He's more white than gray. The blue is a little on the darker side, and I think the gums could be a little brighter, but it's still overall a very good sculpt. It's just the color is a bit off, in my opinion. So what to pull out next? Okay, looks like we have the arm attachment. This is what you would plug the cannon or the chainsaw attachment into, as this goes into the arm, or his elbow socket, rather, already. Same again. The finish is clear and shiny-ish, but it's a little on the darker side as far as color goes. Here's the cannon itself. Let's start off with that. Nice sheen to it. It's got like little flakes of, I don't know, maybe metallic sparkles in it. Again, a darker blue overall. Next, we have what makes this piece so sought after as far as the exclusive version goes. It's the chainsaw attachment. Um, it's very simple in its presence. It's not very. It doesn't have a lot of girth. It's actually light. But this was exclusive only to Sideshow at 750 pieces worldwide. Very nice sheen on it too. These are the hoses. I have kind of a complaint about these hoses that go on his back. They're wired with plastic around it, and you can bend them. They stay in their position and whatnot. But I just don't see the plastic lasting, enduring for a very long time. I could see them easily cracking as you'll leave them in a bent position and over time. And that's especially true if you're in very bad weathering in your house. If it's maybe a little too hot all the time or wet or dry. So here's the big guy himself. Let's do some scans over him, trying to find any defects or issues with paint, any type of errors. He's got some weight to him too. I'd say he's about another 8 or so pounds, around that area. Um, so yeah, the base seems a little heavier, which it should be because that's where most of the weight should be at the lowest center of gravity, especially on this big piece. So let's get this guy in this peg hole over here. Love wrestling these peg holes every time. And again, as I'm doing this, I'm also inspecting the piece too, just trying to find for any errors in this piece. And I know I shouldn't have to tell you, but definitely every time when you open your piece, you spend a lot of money on these. Make sure that if it has light up function, it lights up, that there are no cracks, there's no imperfections, blemishes, anything that's just incorrect. Get that out as soon as possible. So if you need to get a replacement, there are available ones ready for you before all the replacements are taken up by other people or other with other situations. With the head on, he's really starting to shape up here. So let's try the cannon piece out first. So this is going into that elbow attachment that I told you about, and this is a little bit of a struggle too every single time. I do like the cannon. The cannon does look actually really good, even though it's not the exclusive. Just as a regular piece, it looks really, really good. Because there is a little bit of a gloss on the elbow and the cannon piece. There's a little bit of a sheen to it. Here's the back side. Let's put these hoses on. I'm not going to try and bend them too much. I'd like to have a nice natural look as far as the hoses, or hoses in the natural habitat. But yeah, it's funny because I looked back on Sideshow's pictures, and their hoses were a little deformed looking and wobbly. So I'm gonna try and avoid that here. And if I remember correctly, in the first appearance and the first full appearance of Apocalypse in X Factor 5 and 6, he only had two hoses. This one, he has two sets of hoses. So, total of four overall here. But you know what? I'm here in America. I guess out here we live in excess, right? And the four hoses do look really good. I can definitely see it getting in his way as far as practicality goes. Each hose has metal pegs that you plug it. Now that this guy's fully together, he's you definitely get a feel for how massive and how grand of a villain he is. I can, if any of you have or watched the original Fox animated series, you can almost hear his voice, how he would just announce himself all the time. It's funny because I remember him saying some outlandish, over the top things, but you can't argue with this guy. You don't. So some of the things on this piece are really cool. Like the bolts are sculpted on, but they almost looked as if they are actual, individual bolts. The gear pieces, all that stuff, very cool, very lifelike. My problem is that the colors on this piece definitely aren't as vibrant as the stock prototype photos, and the sheen on his overall, body, legs, chest, midsection is not clear. A little bit of battle damage on the knee there, on my piece. So let's get into what makes this the exclusive version, the chainsaw attachment. Before that, let's take some closer look at it. Very simple in color, a lot of grays, no real metals or silvers, a little bit of blues, nice sheen over everything, and there are like some kind of like pearlescent metallic flakes that are in the paint to give it that metallic-y luster, which is nice. Definitely can't have real teeth on a chainsaw attachment. Very cool, very intricate too. So let's start pulling the original Canon attachment off. And by the way, don't do what I'm doing. Take the elbow attachment off. I didn't do it because I was too lazy to pull the hoses out. But you don't want to collapse the entire arm and then, you know, just completely screw yourself out of a piece. Don't do this. What I'm doing right here. So now that we got it in there pretty safely, snugly, no damages, no incidents. Let's do a size comparison because between the Canon and the chainsaw, because the chainsaw does have about an inch and a half on the Canon as far as height goes. The With the Canon, Apocalypse stands at about 29 inches, and with the chainsaw attachment, he stands just under 30 and a half inches. From feet to head, Apocalypse stands 24 inches. That does not count the 1 inch base, so then you'd have 25 inches there. With the chainsaw attachment, you have a total of 31 and a half. With the Canon, you have a total of 29. His base, which is pretty long in depth, his surfboard, as some people call it, is 17, just under 17 inches. So to weigh your display options, make sure you have 17 inches for that piece right there. Another back shot of the hoses, as I tried to get the hoses to look as natural as possible, and I think I did a pretty good job if I were to toot my own horn. Let's get closer in, and hopefully I can get you a good view or a better view of the paint application that they used. This is going to be an easy repaint for some people, some modders out there, if they're not happy or want a more vibrant look or color to their apocalypses. But you can see the little flakes inside of the shoulder pieces there in the paint. It's a little dull in the back, but man, this dude's got back. And this dude hella went ham on his hamstrings too. Get it? He went ham on his. Okay, never mind. As okay, so here I just have him displayed in this room. He's not going to be in front of the window, of course. This is just I just have him on my table next to my X Factor 5 and 6. Near mint, I'm expecting 9.6, 9.8 whenever I get these graded. Just waiting on Luis Simonson and Bob McLeod to get together for signatures, and these will be sent straight to CGC from there. As far as this piece goes, it retails for $599.99. You could get it on Sideshow's website. The exclusives and the regular alike are both sold out. There is a wait list still going for both of them. So if you'd like, there it doesn't hurt. There's no harm in putting yourself in the wait list. If it converts, it converts. If it doesn't, then there is the aftermarket. Shopping area districts, that venues that you can go through if you're willing to pay a bit of a markup right now. Overall, I do love the piece. I Apocalypse was a big part of my childhood growing up in the Fox animated cartoon, and to have this big guy actually come to life, that Sideshow even considered doing him, making him is a dream come true for me. One of my dream come trues. One of the big characters that that helped shaped this whole fantasy universe of Marvel for me. My gripes are going to be, like I said, pretty much just the some of the colors seemed washed out on his outfit. There's a little bit of battle damage on my knee, very very light scrapes, but I mean, you're not a big bad dude if you don't have some injuries, right? Not that that's an injury, that's a little scrape. It's a tickle for him. Anyways, that's going to be a wrap for this video, guys. I am really grateful and I appreciate you stopping by and checking out this video. I hope it has helped you. If anyone who's deciding to get this, even now on the secondhand market, if you can find it. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, share the video. I would like to do this for more and more and more people as time goes by, and I would like for you to see my collection grow more and more and more as well. It's a joy for me to have been here and doing this for you. I hope to see you all again soon, and this is Tsunami Days, and have a great time until the next.